Okay, hello and welcome back to this is our third season of MPowered Podcast. I am your host, Michael Aveney, and I'm with your other host.
Yes, Marilyn Egan.
Yes.
Yay.
Can you believe it?
No, I can't believe it's season 3.
Yeah. I love these
Yay.
little things that we sort of do to kind of kick off each one. So sort of became a little theme. I think the
Yeah.
first time that we did it was so we could test everything out.
Yes. Yeah.
See how it works. But
Yeah.
I actually kind of like it because it just allows you and I to set up our vision for what we want this one to be. We're going to be doing 16 episodes, taking you all the way to the end of the year.
Yes.
It's our biggest stretch thus far. So share a little bit about, like when we were creating this, like we're going to do it a little bit differently this year or this season.
Yes, we are. Well, when we got started, we really didn't know exactly what was going to happen, what it was going to look like at all.
Nothing.
We had some subjects that, we brought up, and we brought in fabulous people to talk about those subjects. And I think it kind of set the groundwork a little bit for the idea of having a guest. So now what we're doing is bringing people in as guests, and we have an idea of what the subject is, but then we're kind of just letting it go. We know that they are people who are living consciously and that they have a purpose in the world. So we just want to them to express what their value is in the world and what they're doing. And I think it's really wonderful. And it actually shows how, even though we're all after the same thing, to help people and to change the world, that it can be done in so many, many different ways. And it can be done in a way that your heart speaks. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm very excited. It'll be very fun.
I am too. It's all a progression. That's like one was, to me, we just keep expanding.
Yes.
And I do like this format. The intention for our entire podcast and everything that we're doing with all platforms is under one umbrella. And that's how to live life more consciously.
Yes.
And when I say consciously, I mean aware of something. You can't affect something if you're not aware that that's going on. So
right.
You
can't manifest your life without an intention or a purpose. We don't want to live as the victim of circumstance. We want to live knowing what we want or better.
Yeah.
Or better. And then it's open to unlimited hopes and dreams.
Hence the name.
Yes.
We want everybody to be empowered.
Yes.
And live life, live out their dreams, like
exactly.
their purpose. I believe now, even though we're starting our third sessions with these.
Yeah.
Do you realize it's not even been a year? Because the first one didn't come out to our birthday, remember?
Oh, that's right.
So,
yeah.
In our minds, there's spaces in between, but the way that they rolled out has been kind of cool.
Yes.
Because we both share what you do besides this.
Well, I'm an energy worker. I actually have many different modalities that I utilize. I'm a shaman. I've always known I was a shaman at heart. And I weave together the shamanism, energy medicine practitioner. I'm also a Reiki master teacher. And I do one-on-one sessions. I also lead groups and teach some classes and do some trainings and certifications. All at my place called the Peace Place.
Yes.
So,
love it.
Yeah.
And the labyrinth outside.
The labyrinth is great. The backyard is fabulous. And the energy there is just amazing.
So you're in this world all the time. So
all the time.
Because we don't charge for the podcast is free to listen to.
Yeah.
We really just, we're aligned totally on just providing value.
Yes.
That you can listen to this no matter what stage in life you're at, no matter where you're at, that you got value, because what we're talking about in our podcast is about living life more consciously. but it's also the underpinnings of how all human beings work, how energy works. And we've been waking up to this for years. I started, when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what it meant until like in the late 90s, early 2000s is when I really started to realize there was something else going on in the world that I could sense inside, but didn't have words to communicate what that was. I just sensed it.
Exactly.
And then actually September 11th was a huge switch went off. I just finished the book, Power of Now. The first time I read it, my eyes crossed.
Yeah.
I read it again, and then I read it the third time. Like I couldn't put it down. And I had just finished that book, and then 9/11 happened.
Yes.
And I was sitting on my porch. The whole thing happened. My partner at the time said, "Come on outside, or come here. You gotta see this." And I'm like, I'm in this really peaceful state. Just had this little hummingbird kind of like hover right around. I was in the moment, with the power of the now. And then that happened. And it's clear as day, I heard this voice that was like, now is why you came here.
Right.
And even though that's now almost 18 years later, literally.
Yes.
18. Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah.
How my life is like completely
changed
on every level imaginable 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. Mine too. My oldest child had just moved away to college, and she's now going to be 37. So I had all my other kids at home, but I remember that day feeling so scattered, and I'm like, I just want everybody right here in the room. But that was a powerful day for me. Although I had started working in this field already, I just remember thinking, we've got to do more. It just gave me more motivation to want to help raise the vibration, the vibrational frequency around us, the vibrational frequency of, people one at a time at that point.
Yeah, one at a time.
One at a time. And I had to start with myself.
I know.
So, but then at least I knew that it could change, because I lived much of my life in survival mode. And I think that's when it started to click that, oh no, this is more about thriving.
Yeah.
And I think it was maybe more than 10 years ago, I was teaching a class about energy medicine for women. And the quote I used was, life is not about the fight to survive. It's about the journey to thrive.
Yeah.
And I still probably wasn't there myself, but I knew that there was a space for that. I knew that we could get there. And the more you think about it and the more you know, the more you want everybody to be in that space.
Oh, I was the worst. I was totally worst. When I would we should do a podcast, you and I, just on the classes that we took.
Oh,
and
my
the books
gosh.
that we read.
Oh, well, I think that could last 4 months.
Yeah. Because I did have a book fall out and hit me in the head one day, too.
Yes.
It was called How You Can Heal Your Life.
Louise Hay.
Yeah. It was given to me by... I didn't really read when I was growing up. I could read, obviously.
Yes.
But, reading most material was so boring to me. And
me too.
And I knew it was made up. It was, fiction. It was made up. Why would... My mind would just go... Why would you want to read something that's made up? I would, and then when I discovered, I would read and I would understand, yes. But fully sitting down and enjoying something, that was not enjoyable to me. It wasn't the reading part, it was the material.
Yes, it had to be something that I was really excited about. And for me to be excited about it, it had to be different than anything I already knew in my world. It had to be something... that I didn't know anything at all about.
Yeah.
And then I could get more excited about it. So I had a really hard time reading things by assignment.
But as soon as I figured out what was inside Louise's book.
Yes.
So I was given a box of books by somebody that I was working with. They were moving and they gave me a box of books. And of course I took it because I wanted to look like, oh, of course I'll take that. My mind was going, you don't read. Why would you like, no, none of that's going to be exciting to you. So I just moved into my first apartment, like my very first place by myself. I was scared to death and nobody's going to be living with me. Like, this is just so strange. So I thought, oh, some books will be nice. I got a bookshelf. I'll put it up there. So I put it all up there and then cleaning whatever, something got knocked off, but that book fell and hit me right smack in the head.
Oh,
I was so tired.
So funny.
And I picked it up and I was like, how you can heal your life. Like, and I just started reading it and I did not put it down. The next thing I remember, it's like 5:00 in the morning. I read that book the whole way through.
Oh, I love that.
The whole way through. And Louise, I actually got to meet her one time in Toronto. Good. She sat right next to me. That was amazing.
Oh, so fun.
You always get to meet the people that you like. She had such a pivotal role in my life about the healing.
Yes.
And what illnesses meant, energetically. Like, that was just like a
funny about that. My first teacher in this world was Carolyn Mace.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved her. I loved her books. And then I also loved listening to her. But she's really intense and really, it's like she's yelling sometimes into that microphone. But I loved everything she had to say. But then people told me, oh, she's really difficult in a class if you go to a class of hers. So I never did go because I loved her so much by listening this way to her that I was afraid if I was in person, because I'd heard so many other people say they didn't like listening in person, that I was afraid it was going to ruin that. So, but now she's back and she's out there again. So maybe I'll have to go meet her now in person and listen to her in person. Because I think I would love her in person. I just think that she appeals to some people and maybe doesn't appeal to others. Like, we all have our own things that we love and don't love. But yeah, I've probably read or listened to everything that she has written. So
I love it.
Started a long time ago.
That would be completely fascinating to, like, not share, but just have a podcast where we just came together and go, okay, in 1996, this thing happened, and then this happened. Like, trace our tracks, and like how we got here. I think that would be really funny and kind of
it would
educational.
Be very funny. Yeah.
Because I've read a lot of really cool stuff.
Yes.
And been in amazing classes and seminars that have transformed my life on every single level.
Oh, me too.
And it's just amazing how the right thing was there at the right time for all of these different sections in life, and how I made it through all of that to get here. I have no freaking clue. Like,
exactly.
Not a clue.
Isn't it crazy? Well, that was one thing about Carolyn's work. Even though I studied a lot of others, you could listen to it again maybe 5 years later and hear things you didn't hear in the beginning because different things were going on in your life at the time.
I love books like that, layered books that you read again. And I even do that with audios that I've heard. Like our podcast, when I go back and listen to that, because we just digitized everything and putting it all on our YouTube channel, and I go and listen to that back and can't even believe that that came out of us.
I know.
Back then when we didn't know nothing. So knowing nothing is a really good thing.
It is, because then you just let it come in. You just let it come in and let it flow. Simply because our intention is wanting to, well, of course we want to learn more, and we also want to share. And I learn every single day. Yeah. And we want to share in a fun way and just keep the growth moving forward, because if we're alive, growth is going to happen. And it's all about how we interpret that growth and how we take it and how we manage it in our life. And now I look at every challenge I have is like, oh, it's a growth spurt. I'm in a growth spurt.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
like what you said at the beginning, we do everything with our podcast with intention. Actually, I do everything in my life with intention. would you talk a little bit about what intention means to you? Not just as what it is, but what it means to you to use intention consciously in your life. Like, what does it mean to you?
I live using intention because it means that I have some say-so in how my life goes.
Yeah.
It helps me manage situations. It helps everything that is challenging feel better because my intention is to learn from everything that happens, or my intention is for this to go smoothly and easily and gently. And it's fun.
Yeah.
It's actually fun to watch it work. But yeah, I can't imagine now getting up and just going through the day,
letting the day happen to you
haphazardly,
yeah.
No, it just doesn't happen to us. We're not controlling it. It's not controlling.
Playing
we just have an intention of what we want. Yes, it's play. It's play and create.
And something happens and you adjust. Because I've done that before. And I said I wanted to intend something and got that exact something.
And
then realized, no, just exactly the way that I said it.
Yeah.
But did realize, I could have been more specific.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But it still happened.
Yeah.
Because I'll get the thought, you asked for this.
Right.
Like today when I had a really, this is our first one for the season. I always like to prepare myself and have a day that's just my podcast day. However, life, because you shared what you do. I'm a real estate agent. And so I have a really nice business that I love with clients that I love that I enjoy doing. It actually does light me up because I help communities. And
you do.
Yeah, I do. It's not just about selling a house. I can't look at it like that. I look at it like I'm helping unite communities by sharing what's going on with us, how we're connecting, the events that we all have, like just looking at it from a bigger perspective, which has shifted my entire life and made me fall more in love with the city. And,
yes,
it does.
You notice what we both just did? We both used the word create. That's what intention does.
It does.
Because we have an intention of this or better, then we can create, and it can sometimes turn out even better than what.
So really, if we peel that label off of intention, really all we're doing is visioning.
Yes.
We're creating a mental image in our mind. We're visioning how we want our day to go, how we want the next month to go, how we want everybody at the end of the year does their year-long plan. It's all the same thing.
And then we smack that idea of or better.
Yes.
On top of it.
Or better.
Yeah. And then we're surprised.
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's even more than I thought.
But we're the ones
it
creating
was
it anyway.
Yeah.
We're just realizing it. And then it just occurred to me while we're talking that intention really is just playing. Yeah,
it is.
Abraham calls it pre-paving, where you've got a situation that, and I use it all the time. When I'm going, sometimes what I do is intimidating to somebody that the process, it was intimidating to me when I first started.
Yeah, me too.
Like, oh my God, you have to do all this stuff to buy a house. So the clients are like that too. And I never want to be in the space of where I'm so busy I forget that other people don't know what I know in the context of real estate.
Yes.
And thinking they've been through the process before, because they haven't. Or if they have, it's been 20 years ago. It's completely different now. So I really stay present with that. And when I'm driving to a client or driving to meet somebody for showings, I see us having a playful time where I'm hear the questions that they're really asking, that I'm listening, and that I'm providing value to them as they move through, and make that process as easy and as fun, while all the while handling all of the legal aspects of it, all the contracts aspects of it, but throwing that fun and connectivity. I'll share this briefly because this just happened the other day.
Yeah.
I'm on the phone with a client, a new buyer that lives in another city. that has never met me before. In fact, I've only talked to him like maybe 3 times. So they're buying a house without seeing it. Now they have friends here that did the videos and we got them all the information, but they're still buying a house they've never seen. In fact, they're they went under contract this morning.
Oh, good.
But a couple of days ago, he calls me and he's asking me about this particular house, how long it's going to stay on the market. I said, well, until somebody writes a contract on it, that's when it's going to not be on the market. But I said, is there something else there? And he's like, yeah, actually, I know you're my realtor, but he's like, right now I really need a life coach. And I'm like, okay, what do I do? Because I really try to keep those two worlds separate.
Yeah.
In some aspects.
Yes.
You know, I'm not going to be showing somebody a house and then start coaching them at the same time.
Right.
Unless they ask me to or permission. But that never really happens. But I said yes. I said, okay, if you let me take off my realtor hat right now, I can be this for you. What's going on? And we have the most amazing 30-minute, 40-minute conversation about his wife and how he wants to move. She wants to move, but when it comes right down to it and it's there, she gets scared and panics.
Oh, yeah.
And so we just started asking a couple of questions, and with just in 30 minutes of connecting, hearing, giving him some insights on how he's being with his wife. And, you know, a lot of times in relationships, people resist each other. Mm-hmm. And when they do, it keeps everything in place because what you resist persists.
Exactly.
So I shared a couple of things, and he was an Army person. I mean, he grew up, his dad was in the Army, so he moved around all the time. So moving to him was like breathing.
Yes.
She has never left this space that they're moving from.
Oh,
you know, I think since she was like 9 years old. So not the same, but he had never connected that was a part of it. So they worked it out. We went under contract this morning. So it does happen where they do sort of crisscross, and it's amazing. And I find that happening in my life even more and more. Like everything just starts like coming together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, that's kind of how it happens. You know, like when we talked about all the classes we used to go to, I remember my husband would, you know, say, okay, that's your thing. That's what you do. And then, I don't know, a few classes in, he would say, so tell me more about that class. I'm like, are you sure you want to hear? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really do. And after that, any class I went to, he'd say, okay, tell me what happened at that one. And
I love it.
Yeah. And then ended up being, he has really opened up to the energy work also. He understands because he's witnessed it. Mm-hmm. So it does all weave together. It does. Yeah, it's just a part of who we are. And that's the big thing we really want to help people with is to be authentic.
Yeah.
So.
And get to point A to point B.
Yes. Yes.
As quickly as you can, or whatever that's supposed to be. Like just be in the flow of it. Everybody's got their own natural rhythm, but sometimes people get stuck, and they stay stuck, and they might not want to.
We get stuck sometimes.
We do.
We need help.
But what do we do when we get stuck?
We get help.
Yeah. So hopefully this is opening the door, and especially with all of the guests that we're going to be having, most of them we don't know, which is exciting. Yeah. Just because I get to hear another perspective, and you know, when we all come together and we all start sharing our stories and start connecting, I think it elevates all of us.
It does.
It does help us all get
more doors open and more people.
Possibilities.
Right. The energy travels.
Yeah.
The energy travels with that high vibration. Yay.
I'm really excited to have another season with you.
Yes, me too.
And thank you for going on this ride with me, and we look forward to it.
Thank you.
And in our first episode, Marilyn and I are going to have our podcast, and we are going to be talking about the shift.
The big shift.
The big shift. And how you can ride along right with it.
Yes.
Yes. So we will see you on our first podcast. Look forward to having a great season.
Yes.
Looking forward to it. And we will talk to you guys on the next one.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Very soon. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.